You are hearing the actual signals transmitted by the Earth-circling satellite. One of the great scientific feats of the age.
Beer, Mabel, Black Label, Carling Black Label beer.
At the U.S. Fair in Moscow, the Nixon-Khrushchev debate in a model American kitchen attracted. Dodgers have roared back. Maybe it's that refreshing Pacific air they...
Has your picture appeared in a New York newspaper within the last 2 weeks?
Yes, it has.
Do you think that all four of us would recognize you on sight?
No, I don't.
Do you deal in services?
Yes, I do.
Would a lady also avail herself of your services?
Yes, they could.
Would children?
Yes, they would too.
You make peanut butter sandwiches?
Yes, I do.
Due down a date to go, Miss Francis.
Do you have anything to do with government?
Yes, I do.
Would that be the governor of a state?
Yes, it would.
Is it governor to be Pat Brown?
100 years from now, people will look back at the formation of the modern state of California, and in bold print at the front of any of those chapters will be Edmund G. Pat Brown. Pat Brown was the godfather of modern California.
But to me, he was Grandpa. He wore black socks to the beach. He took me body surfing in the ocean. And like all his grandchildren, I thought I was the favorite. As a little girl, I ran around his living room while he smoked cigars and listened while he talked shop with the grown-ups. Being with him was always an adventure. He would strike up conversations anywhere, at a gas station, in an elevator, even at a stoplight. He wanted to know everyone's life story, to pull them on the issues, and of course, to plug his ideas.
I think the state of California is the greatest place in all God's earth. We're making it better in every way.
Growing up, Grandpa loved to debate with me. He expected all of us to be engaged. And there are still so many questions I wish I had asked before he passed away. My mom and I often discuss what Grandpa would think about the state of California. Raising 2 kids, I take these conversations even more seriously. In order to imagine how we can make a difference today, I've decided to look back at my grandfather's vision and legacy.
We don't study history enough. So I don't believe that people know Pat Brown's story. One thing about his legacy is that he was willing to take risk, and he was willing to take risk for the right reasons.
Pat Brown, when he talked about thinking big, that is the very thing that is lacking a lot of times in Sacramento. You got to be able to communicate that vision. And Pat Brown did that. He communicated that vision, and he brought people in. That's what leadership is all about.
He built the water system that made Southern California possible. He built the state university system. He was a man who was interested in solutions and doing what was best for the state. He was a true Californian.
I think that government should try to do things for people, not to the point of doing everything for them, but I don't believe in seeing people suffer while government sits by and lets the individual take care of himself.
Seeing the world through the lens of Pat Brown is very valuable, and we might learn something that might give us some ideas of how do we deal with the kind of world that we now confront.
We can't plan for next year, or 5 years, or 10 years. We have to plan to the year of 2000, which will be upon us very, very quickly.
Pat Brown knew that the state of California was going to be much more important in the scheme of things than any of us ever envisioned or could envision.